You know they got that same name with different point of views. Whichever one you choose, you can't lose. They got that same name, different point of views. Whichever one you choose, you can't lose. Keisha and Keisha, man.
Knowledge, wisdom, and discernment. Keisha, you don't got it, you can get some if you heard them.
Keisha and Keisha, man.
Knowledge, wisdom, and discernment.
Keisha
you don't
and
got
Keisha,
it, you
man.
can get some if you heard them. We gon' laugh, have a good time. Just sit back and elevate your mind.
Welcome, Miss City Keisha and Country Keisha. We're back.
Okay, it is the new year.
2019. Can you believe it?
No, I will tell you one thing though. This end of the year was pretty busy. Had everybody, family, did all the stuff, and went to Gatlinburg, went skiing for the first time. Girl.
I hate you right now, so you know I'm hurt.
You were supposed to be there.
I know. I couldn't get off work. And then guess what? I guess it worked out because they did pay me. So.
Okay. Well, Gatlinburg was cool. Any black person that's never gone skiing, do it. It was fun.
I believe it.
My husband and my son and my god babies, everybody just had a wonderful time. My mom, she didn't ski, but we did get her to go up on a gondola up to the mountain. Girl, her and my grandmama.
I would have went with y'all on that. I would have did that with mama and grandma, but I'm not with that skiing.
Girl, you know how when the thing comes around, it doesn't quite stop. It just kind of slows down for you to get on it. And
no, I don't know nothing about it.
Oh, so it's like, it's just like a constant loop around. So it was coming around, and Grady's trying to get on it. Girl, they had to stop. And I was like, she 86. Can we please stop the gondola and let her get on it? Because she kept trying to hop on. She's like, oh. I was like, oh, Lord.
And your granny is in great, excellent condition. Every
Girl, let
time
me
I
tell you
see
this.
her.
Her and my mama fuss with each other all the time.
Yes.
And here's the fuss about her taking medicine, right? Let me tell you what her medicine consists of. An aspirin, a little bitty old tiny blood pressure pill just because she 86, and some vitamins. And she be up in there having a fit.
Thank you, Jesus.
Having a fit at my mom about taking these pills. But now she's starting to do a little bit better. But I met them in Gatlinburg on the 21st of December, and they just left the other day. So shout outs to them. I love them.
Yes.
They drove me a little crazy though sometimes, but it's all good. You gotta keep this going.
You gotta keep it going.
Any rate, what else did you do for the holidays?
Well, I was moving to my new place.
Okay.
I had to do that, and I had my grandmother's 85th birthday party.
Okay, cool.
We had a ball, honey. And as
Shout
my
out to
grandma said, grandma said she had a ball.
She did. 86, if you can have a ball, baby, I'm laughing right there with you.
Honey, she had on a meat shawl. And I won't tell you it's like 70 degrees outside, but it didn't matter.
Her shawl on, baby. Look, she just had this sit in the back seat with my grandmama, baby, and she was so sweet to grandma. I said, Lord, somebody help us all between her and Bev. I don't even know.
Well, it was an awesome time. So, we celebrated her life.
Yeah.
So it was great.
All right, well, we're going to try to get into this. We want to first say that we're getting closer to our anniversary date. Okay, sorry. And we're going to do a big anniversary party. I think I got the whole concept of what we're going to do. Yeah.
I'm going to follow suit. Whatever Keisha tell me to do, I'm going to do it. Y'all, it's in recorded. It's on record.
And y'all know that ain't how that's going down. We can be very clear about that. But anyway, so we want you to come into town if you're out of town and you're local enough where you can come and kind of hang out with us, because we're going to try to just really do a little podcast year anniversary party and launch out bigger. So
go live. We're just gonna go live.
See it in the place. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this and that. So we're gonna kind of roll back into our pattern of our little show
current events. Yeah, things have happened.
All right, so you start off with this first one with kissing your children stuff.
Because I have boys, and I'm so upset when they don't want to kiss me.
Pause. Not kiss her.
I'm gonna tell it.
Okay, tell it all.
So the question was asked, and I answered.
What's that song with Usher winning? Tell it all.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell it all. When is the right age for mothers to stop kissing their children on the lips? It was an internet discussion because it came from Kim Porter was kissing Quincy, her son. He was about 16, and they had a picture of her and him kissing on the lip, and people on the internet was going bananas. I wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, when it's your children, and you know, because I still kiss my mom on the lips sometimes. I'd be like, "Mama, give me kids playing around or whatever with her," but most of the times it's hugs and kisses on the foreheads or the cheeks or whatever. But you be playing your boys.
Oh yeah, I
tricking
do.
them.
Yeah. I tell them, kiss me on the cheek, and they was like, no, you going to turn your head. No, I'm not. I'm really not.
See,
and then as soon as they go to turn, I go, they catch it. But my thing is, if I gave birth to you, I could kiss you whenever, however, how I want to. You are mine.
No, ma'am. Giving birth
is an outright.
It does not mean that at all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And no, ma'am.
And I think the boys should love the fact that I want to kiss them, and they should want to kiss me back.
What? Okay, so
and they don't.
Listen, if you listen to us on Facebook right now and you have a comment about that, should your kids still kiss you in the mouth? And what age? After they 2, 3, 4 years old, where they just mommy, it's time to let it go. Because usually about kindergarten, they be pushing you away
I think
anyway.
Society sucks. I think you should not be telling kids not to kiss their mom. It's their mom. If you are okay with it, you should do it.
Yeah, but the stuff you do with your lips, your sons may not want to have anything to do with it.
But this is the thing. I think that it should be the norm.
What's the
right now the norm is like what you just said. When you're 4 or 5, you should. The kids are turned to that. I think that's not normal. I think you should be still kissing your mom on the lips.
No, you're not normal for saying that. You have your youngest child is 16, 15?
15. He'll be 16.
Right. 16-year-old. Your oldest is 21.
They don't even want me to touch them, and I think they're ridiculous. They're stupid.
All right, we're going to move past that because I do think that you might be one long ranger on
I don't think so. The internet went crazy, but Kim Porter was one that was kissing her son on the lip. She rest in peace, but hey, she put it out there. Her son was, and he was kissing his mama back, and they were comfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable. Now, if you see me and my kids kissing on the lips, note that I'm comfortable. They are very uncomfortable.
All right, so here's a good thing that, for the start of the new year, if you want to make some money. You want to make some money for the new year, and in your mama's basement, maybe you done packed it up in the garage, maybe it's at your cousin them house or whatever, go and find those old vintage toys because they're worth a lot of money. There are people that are paying top dollar for some stuff, and I know some of you little perfectionist kids that left your stuff in packages, or those ones that made sure. Now I will tell you this. I was one of those kids that I really enjoyed my toys too, and I like to keep them together. And I remember my cousin Deshaun. I had one of those operation games, where you pick it up. And he broke my game, girl. I was so mad with that joker right there. Ooh! And my cousin Larry's the same way. He used to be really, with his baseball cards and all that stuff. So I know some of you guys have been hoarding some stuff. So let's talk about some of the things that they do have.
Okay.
All right. So if you got a Cabbage Patch Doll, which I didn't. Now mine is not in the package, but I still have a Cabbage Patch Doll that my godmother purchased for me with the papers and everything. They can go anywhere from $3,300 to $9,000.
Girl, I had my Cabbage Patch Doll maybe a month after, and the thread came out of one of her legs. And
was it a real
Cabbage Patch Doll.
She had no thread in her legs.
Because they sewed together, they fabric. And what was funny was,
I don't know about that.
Yes, I do.
Your mama done told
but
me
what got me was right after that thread came out, I told them she had a broke leg. So she had been known with a broke leg. But anyway, so no, my stuff, I don't have anything in good condition.
You can't get that $9,000.
Nah.
I'm thinking about seeing if my Cabbage Patch Doll can be worth that. Even though my godmother gave it to me, and it was very a nice memento, she just sitting in the closet, so that might be something to help with some other stuff. All right, viewfinders. Y'all remember them in viewfinders where you slap that thing in?
I didn't know what that was till you just said. I was like,
those are viewfinders. They go for $430.
Ain't nobody got one of them. Everybody told theirs up. Everybody was.
Or you don't have the little things yet.
No, honestly, if you had toys, you played with them. I mean, most kids did. Now I get that some people put there, like you were saying, but my stuff got destroyed by other people, not by me. Like my cousin, I found
them cousins that come over and visit and ain't got nothing. You be hating that. You be like, "Ooh, go back home."
Well, and I'm from a big family, so it's a bunch of cousins. I remember getting a Barbie doll for Christmas and not finding her until July when we were playing in the dirt and somebody had buried her.
Speaking of dolls, strawberry shortcake is $550.
I had everything strawberry shortcake. I think my mama went strawberry shortcake. I got a picture with everything strawberry shortcake.
And where is she now? She worth $500.
I don't even remember. I had the outfits. I mean, the real outfits. I got a picture in a strawberry shortcake outfit.
Oh, you had the outfit, not the doll. You and the doll were matching?
Yeah, I had the dress that has strawberry shortcake picture or something. I don't know.
Super Soaker, $600.
Girl, no. Everybody told them
original. Yeah, them pretty. Yeah. Okay, so now the Toy Story toys. You got the Stinky Pete from Toy Story. Can get you about $700.
Cowboy.
Yeah. So any of those
Astronaut.
people. Jurassic Park toys from 1993. Though.
I was gonna say, see, I was a 17-year-old in 1993.
Yeah.
So no, I mean that would be like behind us, age group behind.
Furbies, remember the Furbies?
Yeah,
they're about $900. Now the My Little Ponies, another $900 if you had any of those. I didn't really like the My Little Ponies. They were just not really, Ooh, Game Boys get you about $1,500 if you had any of those.
I ain't have that.
And actually, if you have the gold plated or the diamond encrusted special edition, that's worth like $25,000.
Ain't nobody got that mess.
That's crazy. What about Power Rangers? $1,400.
I know my brother was crazy about Power Rangers, the little younger one.
If you got Skeletor, $1,600, or Teddy Ruxpin, he's worth about $1,600. Transformers, if you have like Optimus Prime or something like that, they're about $2,000.
Okay, we ain't got none of that stuff.
Now wait a minute.
But you skipped my Easy Bake Oven.
Easy Bake
Oven.
Do you have that?
No.
Oh, well, you ain't making no money.
No, I'm talking about I asked my dad to buy me one 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
He asked me what I want for Christmas. I said an Easy Bake Oven.
You just showed out.
I meant it.
All right, so here's the question. Now, if you can't make money off of that, I know you'll probably talk a little bit about taxes towards the end, but holding a grudge, is that healthy?
No.
Some people say
for yourself.
Holding a healthy grudge. Holding a healthy grudge means that the way they explain it is you know what this person has done, capable of doing, or whatever the case may be, and so you remember that so that they can't hurt you again, and that's healthy.
I mean, I don't think I'm thinking holding a grudge is you don't let it go. And I'm like, for me, I'm too old to keep holding on to stuff. I let it go, and I might not talk to you anymore, depending on what you did. But am I mad at you? No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
You just not. Everybody don't need to occupy your space and time.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to the point where some people I just don't waste my time.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I don't think it's healthy to hold a grudge absolutely at all. So
we agree.
We agree on that. Because I just think it puts you in a position where you internalize it too much, and it can cause health problems for you or hurt other relationships that you're in. I mean, life is for the living, and it's gonna hurt sometimes. It's just the way it is.
I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Everybody's not your friend, and I don't need everybody to be my friend.
Right.
So the friends I have, I hold on to those friendships very tight and snuggly. And the ones that I'm not interested in, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It's okay for us not to be friends.
I think too, being 47, that I feel like the closer I get to 50, because you say the closer I get to 40, things start changing. The closer I get to 50, it's even getting more towards that, because I feel like I've actually lived, got more days behind me than ahead of me. And so I'm like, I'm not going to waste it on foolishness.
No.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, are you a nomophobia?
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what nomophobia is the fear of being without your phone. So if you left the house and in 5 minutes you realize you didn't have your phone, would you go back and get it?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it depends on what I'm doing.
What if you're going to be late for work or late for an appointment?
You care about late?
You going to go back and get it?
It depends, because all my stuff is on there. If I can't keep in touch with my kids, they don't know my work phone number. They only know my cell phone number.
So you think it's beyond that, though? Do you think it's more than just I'm without my phone because somebody needs to reach out to me? Because when you think about it, when we were younger, that was not options for us.
Yeah, and but we had the landlines. So now nobody knows anybody's landline.
I still have a landline.
No, I'm saying nobody knows anybody's landline communication. Like I was just saying, my work. Like if my sons had my work number, I didn't even give it to them. Why? Because they called me on my cell phone. But I'm thinking that's an option for them to have my work phone. So if I don't have my phone in me, they can call the office phone.
Okay, so I know she probably wouldn't mind me saying this, so I'm not going to tell her name, but I am going to say that someone who's close to me told me that she has to have 2 battery pack chargers, and her phone cannot go below 80% or it freaks her out. So she charges her phone up if it drops below 80%. And literally has in her purse these 2 huge battery packs that she charges up at night so that she won't be without a charge for her phone. I don't think about it like that.
I'm not to that point, but this morning my best friend called me and I thought I plugged my phone in. You know, you thought I think in my head I thought I did it.
Yeah.
I looked and my phone had 1%. And my phone is never on 1%.
And you freaked out?
No, I just told her I'm on
like,
1%.
Okay.
I gotta go, and I've never been on 1%.
What
I
if
was
you were
like,
on 1%?
so I'm always conscious of keeping my phone charged.
I know, but what if you're on 1%? You're out in the streets,
And I've been that has happened.
and you don't have your charger.
That has happened.
So what are you doing? You in a rush to get home?
Probably.
Really?
To charge it. It depends on what we're doing. But I'm gonna tell you what I do, because when we go to things, and you know everybody's got their phone out. My phone is older, so it suck up a lot of battery. So if I'm always with my phone out, it's sucking up battery, so I can't take pictures. So what I do is I just put my phone down and let everybody take pictures, and I'll be like, "Can you send those to me?" So I don't even bother with you know like you have your phone, take it with my phone. I never say take it with my phone.
So Peaches, do you have nomophobia?
Mm-mm.
No. So if you walked out and you forgot your phone, it's good. You're just not gonna worry about it till you get back.
No, I'd probably go get it back just because like Gabe needs to get in contact with me for anything for like
But
emergency
everybody's
purposes.
saying that, like, but it's beyond that though. You know what I'm saying?
No, that would be the only reason why I would go get it. Because, I mean, we ain't got but one car. You know I'm a single parent. So if something happens to him, I have to be able to be contacted.
Well,
And that's the only reason why I say that I could see the validity in that, but I think it's way more than that, because like I know growing up my mom was a single parent mom, and we were latchkey kids, and a lot of times me and my brother had to walk home from school or walk to programs or do whatever we were doing, and I know she probably worried about us, and we had to call her when we got home or do or whatever. But I think that people are way more attached to their phones than what they think they are.
I think the part that you're missing, which for all of us that we used to have in the old days, that we had
Community,
numbers.
people watching out
where
for
we had
us.
numbers of people. Like I said, my sons in the older days, they would have known my work number. Now they don't know my work number, so it's only my cell phone.
And
or
like now
they
we
would
have
know the
access
neighbors'
to a lot
numbers.
more than we did. It's the times are a whole lot different than back then. We could stay at home by ourselves while our mom and dad was at work.
You can still do that.
No,
I mean, think about
no,
but
I'm
have to
saying-
be-
no, because
depending
I
on
think
what-
about where I live and the times that DJs had to stay home by herself or Cliff had to stay
Also,
home by
it
herself.
depends
I'm
on
not
the
worried
area
about them.
that you stay in too. A lot of people, to some
That's-
people, we are.
I mean, I can
These
go
No,
to a
that's-
really rough
but
area.
like
That's not the point I'm making. I'm saying that what you were saying earlier and what I was saying earlier was about our kids being able to contact us.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, we had other people numbers that everybody kind of knew. Now my kids, they don't know your number.
And
They don't know
I hear
Peach's
everything
number.
that you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that that's not what you feel like your reason is. My opinion is it's way bigger than that. I think
Oh,
people
no.
are way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
addicted to their phones beyond their kids
But-
contacting them.
but-
I just think they depend on them way too much more than just I need to be able to be there, have contact with my kids.
Well, and I think what I'm trying to
If
say
they want to
is,
admit it or not. It's,
No,
it's just
I
what it
get
is.
that.
You feel, I mean,
But what-
you're constantly feeling for it. You always, checking
I'm not.
in
I'm
and
not
this and
saying
that.
that's not true. I'm saying for mothers, because my kids don't have the other contact. Like for instance, why you say why would I turn around? Because I know they don't know your number.
Okay,
and
so
I'm with
Paul,
you.
so I'm saying this.
So I'm
So
saying
you're
back
gonna-
in the day they
okay.
would have known your number,
All right,
and I
so
would have been
Paul.
fine with leaving it.
So you with your kids, y'all heading out to see your grandmom or whatever in Florella, and y'all go hang out for the day, and you leave your house, you get up to where the airport is, and you realize you don't have your phone.
Mhm.
You good with not having it.
Well, I probably wouldn't be good, but I'd be okay because I'm not going. If we get up to the airport,
So what you mean? You said you probably wouldn't be good, so you do have nomophobia.
No, I said I did. From the jump, I did, and the reason I do is because
So if I took the excuse of your kids not being able to contact you away,
I would
it
be
wouldn't
fine
bother
about it.
No, I think what I'm trying to say is not just the excuse of the kids. I'm trying to say that back in the early 90s, we kind of had other ways of contacting other than the cell phone, and now we've gotten rid of all that, and all we have is the cell phone. So for instance, like with me and my kids, like if I got to my grandma's house, I could call you, Keisha, on the phone from my grandma's house without my cell phone, but I can't because I don't know your number without my cell phone. You understand? It's like all my information is in that phone, so that's why we're kind of glued to it. But back 25 years ago, all your information was in it. You would have an address book in your purse. with everybody. You know, remember
I see
people
what
used to
you're
carry the
saying.
address
Our phones
books.
serve multiple purposes,
Yeah.
and it does help.
Remember we used to carry our address books and we used to go out of town and look
Calendar.
up people's
Right, but
address.
that's what I'm saying in the big
Now
scheme
you
of
don't
things.
have it, it's in your phone.
Correct. So I'm saying it's in the big scheme of things. It's beyond just worrying about whether or not your kids are being safe. You're totally dependent on it for a lot of things, which makes it you a nomophobia. Like you can't when you're without it for a
agree.
while. You're feeling like, okay, I need to get to my phone. I need to get to my phone.
But I think
and a lot
it
of people.
depends, though, because what are you trying? What you got to get to your phone for? Is it for business or you just
Yeah,
need
I'm
it just?
saying all this stuff.
But
Well,
no, because I'm going
we
off
got
what you're
email,
saying.
we got text messages, we got social media, we got the internet, we got the GPS.
That's what I'm saying. If you're on
we
it
got-
just for the sake of trying
we
to be
got
up on
everything
social
in
media
our-
or whatever, then yeah, I can see that being classified as normal. But if like how we're saying, no, the primary reason why I take my phone is to make sure that my son can get in contact with me, or if there's an emergency, whatever.
My
then I don't-
mother could get in contact.
Yeah, I don't
with
think
me.
that's nomophobia. Or if you're using it for business purposes, you know what I'm
But I
saying?
feel
I don't
like-
think that's nomophobia because you're not dependent on it for anything. Like that's your business. That's your way of handling stuff. Like if I can't go a day without doing this because I'm trying to social media text or for non-work related issues, then yeah, I can see that. But like
I
you
think
said-
and that's what I was saying. I feel like when people say that it's for those emergency reasons, that when you really think about it, because I think Apple sends me a little thing once a week. I guess they
Your
send it to
screen
everybody.
time?
Yeah, I did my screen time.
And so and y'all know when I go in the house, I could be there and people try. By the time I go to look at my phone again, I have 15,000. Well, you did it, and I was like, oh, because it was on silent. Because I'm at school, I don't hardly ever use it unless it may be sitting on my desk and I may catch you calling me or doing something like that. So I realize how much I don't really, I'm not constant on my phone. But like I said,
You
there's
still
something
got
that you can't.
nomophobia. We all do. And we all do and the reason being is what I just said earlier. All of our contact, all of that information is on our phone.
Yeah, but the people, like if I needed an emergency number contact person, the ones who I needed to call an emergency, I know all their phone numbers.
Yeah, but I'm saying even non-emergencies. I mean, just
Like I do.
information. Yeah.
And then I usually once I commit your phone number to memory, I'm pretty good with it. Like if I know, because I remember one time we were gonna take this road trip, and Stephanie's husband JB was like, "Y'all can't take no road trip."
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
you
remember
said
that? He was
yeah.
like, you give me Stephanie's number, and he was like, if you don't know the people's number by heart, because when you go to jail, they taking your cell phone, and you're gonna have one phone call to make. Who you gonna call? Because you don't know the right number, all the numbers in your cell phone. So then you like, and then you call your mom or whoever, and then they don't know your friend's number, who you with, that can come and actually get you out of jail.
You just
So he
made
was
the
just
point.
like,
You
yeah.
just made the point that I was saying earlier. That's the reason why we have our phone, because a lot of people don't have the contact information.
That won't help you in jail.
No, I'm saying a lot of people don't have the contact information for other people. Just not.
But I know you know your mama's phone number by heart.
No, I don't, because she changed her number, her
You
cell
don't know
phone number.
anybody's number by heart?
No,
If
I
you
do.
in emergency?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. But what I was gonna say is that me and you, when we're going, you're always on your phone. I was like, you don't even realize that you be on that phone all the time. So I'm saying you have it to a certain extent. Like when I get home and if I'm busy doing stuff, no, I don't have my phone on me. But when we're out and about, everybody I know has a phone that they're looking at and doing something with it. So to a certain extent, everybody
and that's
is.
what I was saying. Like I am going to purpose myself this year to kind of like watch what I do, because like there's times when I've left my phone at home, headed to school or going someplace, I don't even think about going back and getting it. I really don't.
No, and that's not because you don't use it at school.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I
know.
mean? That's not a part of your job. But
and
for
when I'm
me,
at home, definitely, I'm not. It's not a constant thing. I hardly ever have it. I'm not sitting there checking stuff or doing whatever. But I do know that the more and more things that they make accessible to you on your phone is probably why so many people are.
yes, we all agree.
All right. Okay, recapping on Peaches' birthday.
We had a great time. I put it on there because I thought it was going to be the following week that we discussed it.
What was the one thing the takeaway from that show that you remember that we talked about?
Oh, I was thinking about her party. I was thinking about the paint.
Oh, her actual paint party.
Yeah.
Big Booty Judith.
What?
If you're not social media with any of us, she put up pictures of the painting that we did, and hers had the juiciest booty.
And she wanted tats and all
Right.
kind of stuff. I'm like,
Okay,
what is
tattoos
going
and
on?
Extra little
On the
dimples.
neck. I said, look like she been in prison.
Peaches is on her back. Trying to make it look like Big Booty Janine.
It was fun. It was a small group. It was fun. We had enough food. We had enough wine. We had enough drinks. It was great. It was a good time.
Now, you know, this whole thing with these e-cigarettes becoming more and more dangerous, and how, like, the one hit with it, I was telling you about my niece who, you know, got in some trouble with it or whatever. But now they're even, like, the edibles with like gummies and stuff, they're not doing those anymore because they don't want the kids to get a hold to them or whatever the case may be. What do you think about just a whole e-cigarette brand?
I think it's a hot mess. I think that what they're saying is they bypassing tar and going straight to nicotine. You just getting hit with 120 times more than a cigarette.
Yeah.
So it's like it's more dangerous.
But there are some that are nicotine free. But they're saying the other chemicals that are in there haven't been tested.
And I was gonna say it's too new.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like, and I guess
the
thing
number of kids with it. Ooh,
I guess this thing with cutting out cigarettes, people gonna find a way. So it's almost like we went from bad to worse.
Yeah.
We cut out. You can't smoke it. You can't smoke. Now smoke like now people got the e-cigarettes everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So what do you think about these porch pirates? Like, are you the type of person that if you see a gift unwrapped, that you have the urge to want to unwrap it?
You see a gift wrap?
A wrap gift, I'm sorry. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you may not want it, but you just want to unwrap it. Like, when you were younger, did you go to parties and you watch the person whose birthday was sitting there unwrapping their stuff, and you were like, ooh, I want to tear into some of those packages? Come on.
I want to shake them.
Shake up.
Can you guess what it is? Tow the folks stuff up. By the time they unwrap this, tow up.
Listen, I told this story. My godmother used to wrap my brother's Christmas presents in clear wrapping paper, which was the stupidest thing ever, because he would get his butt whooped every year because it bothered him for something to be wrapped and he couldn't see what it was. Like, it was just that bad.
Curiosity,
he would go
kill
and
the kid.
steam the sides of it and lift the tape up just to see the side of it.
I did that.
Why? I mean, I was never that person. Like, I could wait till the day, and I like to see the presents there or whatever. No. So they got these porch pirates that are going, and these porch pirates are actually, and they call them stoop surfers and porch pirates. Well, they got this whole thing. They spent $24 billion, Amazon, I think, spent on packages they sent out. And everybody loved to see that little smiley face. And who doesn't like to get them Amazon packages? Like, I do love that. I like it. I come home and there's packages there. I'm like, yay. But anyway.
They're not for me. They're for my kids. My kids, Aiden orders so much stuff. I don't know where Aiden get, but every dime he get goes to Amazon and shipping. I'm like, so we moved into the new place. So I go there before we actually move, and there are 2 packages at the door.
Okay, wait, before y'all get there?
Before we even move anything in.
Oh my God.
One had Armand's name on it, and one had Asakai's name on it. And I was like, what are y'all ordering? But it was actually gifts from their aunts. They had sent them some stuff. But I was like... We have not moved in and y'all have boxes.
Well, I am saying this now. They got these doorbell cameras out.
Ring.
Well, not just ring, but they're hitting. And dummy packages being sent out in the Amazon boxes to catch these porch pirates. Did you see, I think it was on social media, where the lady was chasing behind the woman who took her package off her door? But they have it where people, they don't even want it. They just want to be the one to open it up.
They got it. Oh, okay. I thought we was talking about them stealing because, you know, that happened.
Stealing is one thing, but these people just want to open the package.
That
this lady had them all in her back seat, hadn't taken not one of them, but she just has this thing about opening up packages.
Oh, it's Shawnee O'Neal. Remember when she caught the person at her door and, hey, got a camera looking at you, bud.
So what do you think about comedians and their stand-up comedy? Like, it's been a thing recently where people are being very sensitive about comedy and what people are saying, and I'm kind of one of those people that are just at a space where I'm like, you know what, comedy is intended to make fun of people. I mean, it is. Like, what comedian have you sat and listened to where they have not made fun of people? That's what makes you laugh.
Well, and this the thing is, I'm in a whole realm of you don't censor comedians. Okay. I mean, if you don't find it funny, then don't laugh and don't support it. But to tell them what they could joke about, no, I think that's going too far. Joke about whatever. And being that, you know, I come from a poor family, and everything was laughable and comical. You know, everything was funny. You laugh at the fact that you ain't had nothing to eat. You laugh at the fact you making mayonnaise sandwiches.
Like, when they
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. When they start talking about, well, you know how Eddie Murphy. Think about Eddie Murphy's comedy or Richard Pryor's comedy, or I mean, granted, a lot of them laughing about themselves and their own stories, but most comedians, I mean, think about the ones who've talked about Trump. The ones, I mean, anything can be offensive. That's the whole point of comedy. It's offensive. And so instead of you being Drake and getting in your feelings, like you said, go listen to it. If you don't like the jokes, you don't like the jokes. But don't try to ruin somebody's comedic career because they're talking about a sensitive subject that you may not think is funny. Like, to me, I think that's just insensitive. Period.
Well, and then, I mean, it's for the people who like it. Because I don't like every comedian. I don't like every comedian. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about that.
Yes,
I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. And I'm not against him. It's just that, you know.
His comedy doesn't make you laugh.
Yeah. So my thing is, would I tell Kevin what to joke about? No.
Right.
You know, I'm a Chris Rock fan, and he's more political, you know, and he gets, he handles controversial issues. Which is what I like.
But I mean, think about Red Fox. I mean, like, there's some comedians that are just historically famous for their ability to make fun of people's negative situations. I'm just saying, period. I was
Look at Richard Pryor.
But
I'm saying they did.
Yeah, I mean, but that was the whole point. Like, and there are people who will go back and listen to their skits over and over again. The same people who are out here trolling and doing all this other kind of stuff. So I'm like, come on, like, at some point, you got to go and laugh at yourself and laugh at the things because that is satire, period. Think of South Park or any other, Boondoggles, all those, they do that. So
we agree. I mean, listen, Internet, if you don't like the comedian and the joke, don't watch it. Turn it off.
Well, I will tell you some people that walked out on Tiffany Haddish. She had a bad night in Miami.
Well, and I want to talk about that.
Okay, go ahead. Because I'm surprised Cat Williams ain't came out because he swore she ain't no stand-up comic.
Well, I'm going to say this. She had a bad night in Miami, but this is the thing about this world.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a bad night. Every night is not going to be a good night.
I believe that she's an amazing comedic actress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would pay to listen to her stand up.
Well, and you shouldn't if you wouldn't. But I'm like, for me, I think I would. I just
don't think she's a stand up comic. Like, she might be able to get in the room and we all kind of hanging out in a small crowd and she have everybody rolling and cutting up and stuff. But I don't think I think there's a craft to stand up comics. And there's some, like Dave Chappelle had his niche and he did it. Richard Pryor had hit, and we go on and on with all of them. Amy Schumer, even, you know, like there's certain ones.
She bombed.
I know,
the Netflix, but what I'm saying,
the Asian lady who I like her too. So it's just it's a craft to it, and you got to know just because you're doing movies don't mean you can do some stand up.
Well, and my other thing is just because you bombed don't mean you can't do stand up. Because every stand up comedian has bombed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, honestly, you're going to have good nights and bad nights. So, even with that being said, like, you wouldn't go see Tiffany Haddish, but there's probably 25 other million people that will.
She sold out an arena as a black female comic on for a nice chunk of change on New Year's Eve for that. So, absolutely, there are people who will go and see her.
But my thing is, we got to stop painting everybody with the same brush. Mm-hmm. You know, and I get Cat Williams' criticism. He's entitled to that. Mm-hmm. But even with that criticism, there are still people who would rather see Tiffany Haddish stand up on stage than to see
Cat Williams
or any other comedian.
Which is the same drama right now going on with Kevin Hart. He was on Ellen yesterday, and he was apologizing for something he said 10 years ago, and saying how he's grown as a comedian and different things like that. And he has his niche, and him and Ellen are good friends, and they want him to still do the Oscars. And the Oscars have not announced a new host in hopes, what they say, of him accepting it. So I hope he does do it because trolls don't need to win anyway. I mean, when people get on there, it's almost just like when we talk about haters. Like, even we may not be famous people. Or are we, Key?
Oh, I'm famous. Okay. I'm a celebrity where I go. That's my mama.
Come on, please. Okay, yes. No, but what I'm saying is, when we think about the people who hate on us and those who will talk behind our back, I mean, this can happen in the church. It can happen at work. It can happen at school. It can happen in a lot of different ways. And you're going to have those, but those trolls that are on social media that put these things out, you know, at some point, you just can't get in your feelings with it. You just got to keep moving.
Like, Kevin Hart had a good thing on his page about it. He was like, people Yeah, we don't give people the opportunity to grow. Like basketball players have to grow, and they have the gift and the ability, but they need to be taught how to perfect it. And boxers don't get in the boxing ring just starting out. Teachers don't get up in front of the room. They have to be taught how to do it. And so he was making reference to Tiffany. He was like, "Come on, people, it's 2019. Let's give people the opportunity to grow into what they've been gifted to do." And I was like, "Dang, come on, Kev, with the 2019 knowledge."
But I was
give people time to grow. I love Kevin anyway.
But my other thing is, he's a comedian. Oscars is asking him to do something for 2019, to host the show. We're not talking 10 years ago. So let him do his job. If they ask him, and if you don't want to see Kevin Hart up there, don't watch.
Yeah. And I think the big part about it is, like, and I was really thinking about this, and I think maybe we can talk about it on the next show because we have to keep moving. But I really want to know, like, just where that sensitivity lies, like how sensitive you should be, like where does it draw the line? Because everybody's gonna have a hot button. Everybody's gonna be put in a category where if somebody talks about that particular whatever, it's gonna affect you. And at some point, it's like, because then what are we teaching our children? How are we doing? I mean, like, will we turn into a bunch of crybabies who just always whining about something? Or I mean, like, and I'm seriously, like, I was seriously thinking about that. Like,
I think it's all about what's going on in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, if we all sitting here talking and we just shooting the crap with each other and we joking around, I don't think any of us would say anything. We know each other's personality. Like for me, I'll use myself for example. Like, everybody in my family is married except for me. So for me, a sensitive subject is like when we going back and forth.
Who's single? Yeah.
And then they
start kind of clowning me, or that's why you ain't married, or you're just gonna take a good do. I'm like, whoa, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, that's sensitive because I do desire to have that. But if we had a comedy show and Kevin Hart talking about that, I'm not gonna be sensitive because hey, you Peaches. You married? No. Why? Then they be like, let me out. So I think it's just situationally dependent.
That makes sense, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to laugh at somebody getting raped or beat up or whatever, even in personal or in public. So everybody, I agree, everybody got to have their hard limits, but I think.
Because I think, too, think about how many comedians have talked about being bullied, either themselves or talked about bullying somebody or made fun of somebody who was bullied. And in no situation do we ever think that that's okay, but it's funny when you do hear that because it's like it does happen. You know?
It's funny now, like you said,
because you're not in that moment no more.
Yeah, it's funny now, and that's what I was saying about being poor. We laugh about what we didn't have to eat.
Yeah. Oh, baby, eating them powdered eggs and the government cheese with the thick red rind on it.
Shout out to that government cheese and them syrup sandwiches. Y'all already know.
Shout out to that government peanut butter.
Ooh. What?
Okay.
Them powdered
eggs.
So let's talk
about one of Peaches' favorite dudes. That would be Pastor John Gray.
I don't even know who that is.
And
do I need to come to the camera?
I don't know.
Do I need to come around? You know that's my boy. I'm gonna get somebody to smoke. They talk about John.
Listen, I will tell you, I liked John I met him when he first started on that Oprah thing, and I enjoyed him. But I started to like him more because you would send us little clips and stuff for him, and I was like, and I would go to Relentless and look at things. But it's funny how almost everything you sent to me, the critics and the trolls have totally shut it down, like clowned him, like giving his wife that $200,000 car, and he was saying, "Hey, I'm a husband first. This came out of my money, not the church's money." Pastor. And then the other thing was when they said when he took the money, because you were so sensitive and so excited with the fact that he had given his money back to these single parents and stuff to help them out. And there's like, our preachers really becoming pimps from the pulpit.
But how was it a pimp? How was he pimping it?
Because that's what they saying. Like, he'd take all this money and be like, "Hey, here, take you a little something and do what you need to do with it." And it was just, this is just people, trolls' minds. And I'm like looking at him and how he's a guy that is being elevated spiritually through all of the things that he is doing.
I was just, you see, I'm set up on the edge of the chair.
And with the
I'm not.
No, let it go. I'm talking about the what they're talking about him.
Yeah, no.
Don't you ain't got to defend it. Because listen, this is the thing. When you put your business out there on the internet, you open it up for everybody.
And he can handle it because he knew. You know what I'm saying?
And and I don't know him at all, so I'm speaking of a don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Well, let me drop this a little bit. The thing is, though, you know what I'm saying? The Bible tells us you will know them by the the fruit that they bear.
Yes.
And I'm paraphrasing. But this man has not done, he may not have done the things that he's done, people may not necessarily like personally, and they could be because of their own personal relationship with God or their issues with the church. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at this man, the words that he preached, his actions are lining up. To me, in my defense of him, his actions have lined up. He's one of the most transparent pastors of this day. He will preach about his own flaws. He's not afraid to admit that. True. You know what I'm saying? And he is an open book, and he is an excellent teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not, to me, I don't get the...
What did I just tell you this morning, Peaches, when we were walking through the door?
You know, so
about testimony.
Exactly.
If you don't have a testimony,
and this man got enough.
I cannot have nobody up preaching to me that ain't got no testimony. You ain't lived through nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
So this man got his own money. He want to get his wife a car from his businesses and his shows and his books
when you,
and his preaching engagements.
Before I saw all the troll stuff about it, and I was like, that's a testament to the men in his congregation. Say, hey, do something for your wife.
Do something, and they supporting him.
Because we heard a song on the radio coming over here. Keisha, what was it?
The mistress.
What do you do? What do I do?
I left my woman for the side chick, and then the side chick left me.
Right. What do you do when you get your woman for the side piece and then the side piece?
Can't nobody say nothing to me about John Gray.
It was side piece. But anyway, no, I mean, this is the thing. We're in the internet world. And whether he take it personally or not, I think we've got to start, like I was talking about Black Twitter, they could take things too far. It's getting to the point where everybody's got an opinion about everybody.
But people are entitled to their opinion. And because I'm, you know,
no, but you get to share it with millions. Yeah. We can share it amongst ourselves. Now,
but I think
the internet
this is the deal,
world.
though. We can't put the fuel to the trolls. And that's really what it is. But it goes to what we were talking about with gossip and different things like that, because that's what people thrive off of.
They do, and not the positivity and all this. We say we want it, but we don't.
Yeah,
and that's why I feel. I guess I'm over. I could probably seem overprotective of this man that I've never met in my life, because you can see the anointing. I'm going to go. Okay. You can see the anointing on his life, and when you have a man of God who's walking in integrity and who's walking in honest and who is, you know, following the call of God, the call that God has placed on his life, I feel like as a Christian, we should support him. Just as many trolls that's out there doing all this, as a Christian who can see the fruits of this man's walk, I'm going to defend that until I see some rotten fruit falling from the ground. Like, ain't nobody finna say nothing to me about Larry Bolden. You ain't finna even part your lips to say one foul thing in my presence about Larry Bolden, because you gonna get smoke, my smoke, your smoke, everybody's smoke, whether you got smoke or not. I'm gonna light a fire and blow smoke at you over Larry Bolden.
I mean, that's the bottom line. But I really believe, I agree with you in saying,
you know what I mean,
if the people would stand up in defense of these different things.
Because Joel ain't said a word, but he still at Daggum Lakewood every Wednesday. Now I'm looking at you like, bruh, this man the reason why your Wednesday night services is popping, but you ain't even gonna say nothing.
I once believed as a Christian man that he had a conversation with Joel.
I would like to believe that as
Joel
well.
Offered, what should we do? And he probably told him,
don't get involved.
Yeah,
you might be right.
I want to stay on that side, because I know that from what I've seen of them, that they're close enough. It's almost like if I said that, you was like, don't worry about that. Don't be going blah blah blah.
Well, that was true. I was going to say that any man of God is prepared for criticism.
Yeah, God prepares you before he takes you through the process.
So I don't think that it's even affecting them the way that, like,
everybody
ready to fight.
I'm not ready to fight, but you just not going to say
nothing. I'm just saying that they are prepared for the criticism because it happened to Jesus.
Of course it did.
So, and it happened to Christians.
Yeah.
So we all are
prepared
for some criticism, which is fine.
Even as a human being, when you begin to grow in anything, if it's your ministry, if it's your career, if it's something you want to do, the haters are going to come.
Absolutely.
And those situations are going to happen.
And don't give them
your energy. Because I think about even me as an educator, I can name about 2 or 3 different situations that's happened in my career that, God has shown me through all of that. And I come out clean because I didn't have any issues in the beginning, but it did come up against me. And it would have shook me down if I wasn't standing true in the fact that, hey, I knew I was helping these children. I'm an educator. I'm this, I'm that. So in each situation, he will allow things to happen to show me that, hey, you know what, there's people out there. You don't need to be trusting this person. You don't need to be dealing with that.
And I'm still in control. You're not in control. Exactly. They're not in control. I'm in control.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's talk a little bit about Kanye. and Kim, they having a fourth child. Their youngest child is 7 months old,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're on their fourth child surrogate.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Kobe and his wife are having their fourth child, a girl. So people having babies, you have.
Girl, let me tell you about Kanye and Kim. First of all,
you see, I got on my phone before you even started.
Well, let me just say this. Would you have another baby if you had a surrogate? In other words, you ain't got to go through the process. I'm just saying for Kim and Kanye, and you got the money. So I'm saying their situation.
Would you have another baby if you had the money and surrogate?
No, I don't particularly. No.
Peaches, if you had the money and a surrogate, would you have another baby?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so
good.
because it's gonna be more
They
time
got
after she
little
pop it
babies.
out.
But
but that's what I'm saying. You got the money, so that means you have a nanny, you have a surrogate.
you
I
have
your
the
husband
means.
wanted a child, he didn't have a child.
I would have to think about it because I'm a hands-on type mom. So even with the money, I'm still gonna want to put that time in with them, and I don't think I want to do that no more.
And you're 10 years younger. Let me say, that's
if
the other part.
If I'm 10
age.
years younger, then
And
yeah,
so
I
we're
might
in a different age group.
Might give you two.
But
Speak for yourself. What
okay,
age
you
group
just
in?
said 47.
Hey, don't be worried about
No,
my
you
age.
just
group.
said it
It don't
earlier.
matter.
I
It
don't give my
matter.
age. But let me say this. For Kim and Kanye, their baby is 7 months. My baby is 15. How old is your baby?
Mine's 16.
How old is your baby?
19.
So we're in a different era. Where they're in the age where, oh, look at the cute. Let's have another cuteness. See, I'm past that. Once you get that cuteness past that, then you be like, I can't do this
I'm
no
gonna tell you
more.
something that don't seem like it's gonna stay too cute is that Erica Mena and Safari girl. That not only are they engaged, they think Erica pregnant. And you know, this is what was crazy. I was watching this little video, got caught up on YouTube or something I was watching, and it was Christmas. And she had this custom Fendi jacket made for him, and they opened up all this, name brand stuff and spending up all this money doing, and it's just like, what do your investments look like?
No,
I'm
not
rubbing my inner Keisha. I'm like, what? And I don't mind you having
let me
the
rub
stuff, but
no. Let me go deeper for you, sister. Not just invest. What did Jesus? What do you know about Jesus? I need to know how you celebrating his birthday.
Let's talk about it.
Well, and
so
I
let's
mean,
transition it into the fact that Michelle Obama had on these Valencia boots, baby.
Girl,
Did you see them?
thigh
Yellow and blinged out.
Yes. Yes.
Mick, you got to do it. Do your thing, Mick. Like, I promise you on everything.
Mitch.
You are just you are doing it. So we're reading your book. And loving hearing about all of the interviews and tours that you're doing, and you're just doing your own thing. I mean, the timing is so right, and I think that's one of the bigger lessons to take away from what you're doing right now with Michelle, and I'm speaking specifically to Michelle Obama, is the fact that it was timing. I mean, you stepped out the way and allowed your husband to have his moment and to do the things he was doing, and was a perfect, virtuous woman in all of that. And then you step out of that role. You allow the time to pass. You create your book, and now it's your moment. I mean, like, timing is just amazing.
She is so popular. That's what they were saying. She is so popular. Even the haters had to bow down.
Bow down. Like they can't even do it. All right. So tell me this: when is it okay to be cocky? I'm thinking about professional, situational, personal.
Well, okay, professional is always okay to be cocky.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what we were talking about. Women tend to not boost themselves up when they're in a professional.
But does it depend on your profession? Like, even as an educator,
no.
Would you want to walk in for a parent conference with your kid and I was a cocky teacher?
I would, because and the reason I'm gonna say is I would rather be a cocky teacher than I'm not quite sure teacher. I don't like that I'm not quite sure.
Confidence is one thing. Cocky is something else.
Well, and confidence come with cocky.
Okay.
You got to be confident in what you're saying. I don't like teachers that be looking at me like, do you know? You're supposed to tell me what's going on. Now that pisses me off.
That's confidence in your profession.
No, I'm talking about in what's going on with the student. Yeah. Like, they're scared to tell me stuff, and I'm like, no, tell me. I'm the parent. I want to hear what you know. That you need to tell me if my son is in here with an attitude. Tell me now. Okay. Don't say, he's such a great boy and I like him so much. And I get that he might be such a great boy, but tell me the real. So I would like a cocky teacher.
So that's professional. So think about situationally. When is there a good situation where you need to be cocky?
Well, and this is probably
when you cash a side check?
No, because I ain't studying you, boo. I don't care what you do. But no, I was going to say, well, and I think situational cocky is some of the situations we find ourselves in as black women, and like we go to events and stuff, and people try to you feel
with
that
your hair, just like do your thing with your hair.
well,
like,
not just your hair, but I'm just saying, like, if we're talking and they're talking about a subject and they act like they assume you don't know, you know, talking down to you because of your
so you should get
your
cocky
race.
right then?
Yeah, I think
Good
it,
night.
no, and I don't, because I had somebody go back and forth with me on Facebook, and, you know, we were going back and forth politically about something, and one of my Facebook friends jumped out there and was like, she got a BS, a master's, and I was like, I didn't feel the need to do that,
Right.
but they did, and it was like,
Okay, so let me say
Yeah.
this then. So have you seen the movie Green Book?
no, I
Okay.
haven't seen nothing.
So I saw it, and it was pretty good. Okay, it definitely kept my attention late at night, so I stayed up to watch it. So it was a part in there where, if you don't know the story, it's about a pianist. He's African American. Grew up in Pensacola. That's where he was born, and he was a protege. His mom died when he was 9 years old, and he was like this kid that picked up. So they had him all over the place. He actually had an apartment above Carnegie Hall, and all of this stuff. But he was kind of lonely, okay. And then it is presumed that he was homosexual. So, in this one situation, he wanted to do a tour of the South, and so that's where the Green Book come from, because that's a book to tell you where you can stay and whatever. So anyway, okay, so they get stopped by the police, him and his driver. The driver he hired is a white man who, you know, he was like, hey, I need you to protect me, make sure blah blah blah. Blah, blah.
Who was from the north?
From the north,
side
he was
south.
Italian, right?
Yeah.
He's Italian from the north. So these police officers stop him, and there was a sundown law that black people couldn't be caught outside after the sun went
Curfew.
down. So they didn't know that. So they were like between Louisiana and some other little place, I can't remember where. So anyway, he gets out the car, the driver, and the police officer is talking to him. He gets real smug with him, and he says, "Oh, you're Italian. You have N-word anyway."
Nigga in you.
And so he punches him. Well, they get arrested. And so the black guy's like, why am I being held? I've not done anything wrong. And so they over there, cuz you sundown, N-word, blah, 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 blah. So he says, well, I do get one phone call, and, you know, those are my rights, blah, blah, blah. So one officer's like, yeah, that is his rights. So they let him have his phone call. Who does he call? Bobby Kennedy. And so maybe a little time passes, and they get a phone call. The police station is like 3 dopey white dudes, and it's Bobby Kennedy. And he was the attorney general at the time. And he's like, you know, telling them, and he lets him go. And so his lesson to him was like, hey, I don't have to punch everybody who says something negative or whatever to me. The relationships I build was the reason why they got out. Because they probably would still be sitting in there if it wasn't for that. To me, that was a sense of confidence. And he kind of walked around with an air like he was kind of cocky. But he didn't do it violently. He never showed any violence in any of it.
Well, and I guess to the point that you're making for the Italian guy, it's not about being cocky, it's about being ignorant. He was ignorant, really, because you got to know your situation and your surroundings.
Yeah. And
because you had no
Brooklyn.
No,
right.
I'm saying you have no power here.
Yeah.
And you don't know Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And he didn't know that.
The man knew Bobby Kennedy. That's what I'm saying.
And what was crazy was how even his son was saying how he was so prejudiced before he left, and did this time. He spent 1.5 years with him, even though they tried to make it condense into 4 weeks. For 2 months, and he was just saying when his dad came back, he was no longer prejudiced. I mean, this relationship that they built, and that was the whole point of it, to say, like you were saying before, some people remain prejudiced because they don't have the experiences of dealing with people.
Yes, they never meet people of different races, different cultures. They never experience it, so they so caught up into what they've been taught that if you meet me, I tell you, people meet me and they think that I'm a welfare mama or something, not that I went to college or I'm divorcee, know, or
you're a single mom and blah, blah, blah.
Or that,
because they're single.
That I have 3 kids, that it is unheard of for me to have 3 kids. and I think it's
one
because,
baby daddy.
well, and one baby daddy. And I think they expect me to be a bigger person, multiple baby. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just stereotype.
I mean, and it's all ridiculous.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Are you committing fornication if you have sex with your ex-husband?
Yes.
After you guys have divorced. Like, y'all just signed the divorce papers. You heading back to the house. You coming in to get something. Y'all get into a little argument. It turns into something else. Crime of passion. What, not crime, but
you
passion.
can say all of that, and yes, it's still fornication. Because once you sign them papers, you are no longer married. And according to the Bible, it's adultery if you marry somebody else. and have sex with somebody
that's
else.
what I'm saying. So at one point, you were married to this individual, gave him stuff to you, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You guys have already done that, and you got this divorce. So then now, y'all decide y'all want to try it again, y'all dating. It's fornication for y'all to be having sex?
I say it is. Okay. But honestly, none of that matters to me. I mean, you have sex with who you want to. But
Bitches that ain't fornicating.
I say yes.
But I mean, they've been there.
It don't matter.
Y'all not no longer marriage has been dissolved.
It's no longer a legalized marriage.
Okay, so legally they're not. They're still together because
then they need to get back married.
Biblically, they're not.
Put together,
then they need to go on and get married again if they want to bump uglies. But until they get married again, them jokers is fornicating.
I just want to. I would love for your opinions to happen after the show if you get a chance to watch this section. I just want to know, like. I mean, y'all been there. Y'all been married for 20, 30 years. It just happened, you know.
Okay. They do. I mean, at this point, I don't think nobody care about fornicating, but Peaches, I don't think nobody else care.
Is it hot or not? Is tongue kissing hot or not?
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
That is hot. And if you
know.
bite along it a little bit.
No. Some people do not know how to kiss.
No,
not no sloppy wet dog with your face kiss.
We're talking about tongue kissing.
Right, you talking about some people don't know how to tongue kiss.
But that ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying if it's your partner.
I get what you're saying. Even if it's your partner, you can have a horrible tongue kissing.
You have to teach them. You got to teach them.
You know, where it gets too much. It's just too much.
Yeah, you know, you have to swallow your spit.
I'm talking about good tongue kiss. I'm not talking about the horrible.
What's good?
I'm saying the tongue kissing leads to other things is what I'm saying. That's why I say it's hot.
A good tongue kissing is both. Nobody got ashy cracked lips. You ain't got a mouthful of spit, and it's just like a little. Yes, you do.
No.
Because you're not licking all on my chin.
No, that ain't what I'm saying.
People who get a bunch of spit.
Yeah,
and they come at you like,
wipe the corners of your mouth.
Y'all
wipe your
two
mouth.
are gross. I think a good. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you.
What is?
I'm going to explain because I'm thinking you are in the moment. You're not going. You're doing.
No, you can tell once you kiss if he got a mouthful of spit because it's gonna be coming in your mouth.
Horrible.
They are, and they be all around your chin and all on your.
I think y'all
and all smacking with it.
I think y'all two ain't tongue kissed enough.
Oh no! I've had some great experiences.
No, I'm talking about last week. Did you have one last week?
It ain't got whether last week or not.
Yes.
That's why she all extra. That don't mean nothing. Just
why you tongue kissing you?
Yes. Yes, I think you got to be tongue kissing to understand what I'm putting on this.
No, your tongue. All you're saying is tongue kissing leads to other things. We're talking about the act of tongue kissing itself, not what it's gonna lead to. Because if you're not a good kisser, it ain't gonna go no further than that.
You know what would be horrible? It would be horrible if LL Cool J wasn't a good kisser.
Oh, as much as he be licking his lip.
He ain't a good kisser. I don't like him.
Ain't kissed on him.
I don't want to. That's the point I'm gonna say. I don't want to.
With as much as his lips have made him famous, which he always have them nice and soft and everything. Like and you know what? Even though I don't. I hate even doing it because I don't have the spongy lips.
I don't like
you don't like spongy? Okay, well,
I
just think that guys with nice, soft, spongy lips, right? They probably do kiss for, but I was just like, I don't have that.
My man got perfect lips.
Oh no, you got to have some. I don't want to be kissing your face. I want to be able to pull on your lip a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want no flat like that. No.
I can't. I mean, genetically, I just was not born with juicy lips.
I'm sorry. But hey, it works for you and your husband.
Kisser, though.
It works for you.
Yeah.
It works.
Told you that they
turn you slap on with
Do you know what happened?
Turn you slap on. You be trying to go. You right. You be like, wait.
Shoot one. Days are confused.
I got full disclosure. Somebody walked up to me this holiday season and asked me how me and my man Doja doing. No. This is somebody that don't know us. And I was like, you don't get that. That's Keisha Thomas' husband, Doja. And they was like, no, I thought that was your man name. I said, let me clarify. That is not my man name. I have not said my man name. That is Keisha Thomas.
Well, maybe I'm not doing a good
job. So I'm on.
No.
No. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Can we get back
Doja
to
is Keisha Thomas' husband.
Fabulous lips and you know, I mean, I granted that sometimes you can have nice juicy lips that can be great kisses, but people who don't have huge juicy lips can be great kisses too. Because there's some huge lip people that be like, you be like a wet dog, like
New subject.
just crazy. He just
Rubbing feet.
Disgusting.
I think
No,
that's
not
hot. Yes.
Oh my God, your feet don't hurt.
You're not putting your
feet. Take a little oil, let it be warm.
I'm not
No,
doing
don't look.
Yes,
Get in there.
rubbing my
Look, I
feet.
want you to get in there. Don't be in there soft. I want mine to
Okay,
get
now, I
rubbed.
ain't talking about no professional.
I
thing. I'm
need a
just talking about nice
professional.
little
That
sexy-
right there, that's sexy. you make them soothe them feet.
Oh,
'Cause
my
my feet
God.
are always aching.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
soothe
I
them.
do like that idea.
I think rubbing feet. If you rubbing my feet, we in love.
Okay, so
I have your baby.
a few subjects and we out of here because we need to wrap it up. But women getting pregnant as athletes, and Allison Felix is pregnant, and it took her a while to come out about it. And that should be nothing that you should feel that way about. I mean, being pregnant and carrying a baby, that's a whole nother experience. Like, we've all had children, so you know it's like when them last couple months they're in your belly and you're moving around and kicking and you're anticipating them coming and all that kind of stuff. And even if the situation around it may not be good, you don't want that to infringe on that experience with that baby. And so for them to feel like their careers are in jeopardy or their endorsements are in jeopardy because they want to do what's natural and have a family and children, I think that is just absurd.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's a double standard. It goes back to what we were saying about men. Men can have as many babies as they want to.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't affect their career, whether they're married or not married. Multiple baby mamas. It wouldn't even matter, because I even remember some criticism on Erykah Badu. Somebody was saying all her baby daddies, and I ain't got to take care of not a one of Erykah Badu's children. Not a one. And I heard it and I was going, I've never heard them say this about men in the industry.
Oh.
Never. And they was just riding her so hard, and her body is banging. Body is total. And she was,
Oh yeah, she a thickums now.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it's just the whole point of things that are
that it
natural.
affect her career that way.
Yeah,
And the same with Serena, and you were saying athletes, but I was saying women in general in every career. I was watching a movie last night, and the women in that movie was talking about, she was a hedge fund manager, and about how the men do differently from her, that they make fun that she's got to go home to put her kids to bed, and like, his wife can do that. And the part where the girl got pregnant, her assistant, and she was like, it's going to affect my career. And it's like, why should a pregnancy affect your career?
Right. And yeah. All right, so the last thing, ain't nobody got time for that, this whole R. Kelly situation. Ara, you know you're a pedophile.
Ara, you sick.
You know that you need to get some help. Well,
Yes.
that's a disease.
Yeah, he's sick.
Pedophilia
He
is
need
a
help.
disease. And you need to get some help. So you need to start with what happened to you, because in different interviews he talked about how he expressed about that,
Yeah.
and then realize that in order for you to get free of these demons and to do things, you can't throw money at it. You really need to be able to acknowledge it and come clean about it. And just just
Stop the denial. First, stop denial.
Yeah.
First, you got to admit you got a problem.
Yeah.
You got a problem. And the other thing for me is not just Ara. The people around Ara.
Come on,
No,
now.
let me
No,
finish.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
just Ara. The people around Ara who allowed it. Because
And still defending this
And
joker.
my cousin, me and her was talking about last night. She was like, it's at least 300 other people that need to go to jail when they
Every
arrest
last
her.
one of them.
And some of them are parents.
Some of the ones that was on the show last night. His
Yeah.
old man,
Moral manager and all that
you
stuff.
know this,
Yeah.
Demetrius.
Yeah.
And then what kind of upsets me is, I was telling her, my cousin last night, is it goes back to what Bette Miller said, and I know you was the women are the N-word of the
But
world.
the only reason why I'm challenging you on that,
let me
even though they-
finish.
okay,
Let
go
me
ahead.
finish. Because I said I felt like nobody was protecting the black girls.
No, women, period. Because
No, I'm just saying
hold
for
on.
R. Kelly.
I'm just saying
nobody was protecting.
he likes
the
black women, so that's why
Yeah.
it's that. But when you look at any
Girls.
of the rock stars, when you look at dang on Elvis Presley, Priscilla
Celine
was
Dion, her
14.
husband
Celine Dion
was 12 when her husband met her.
The other little dude that married
Jeremy Lewis.
I got you.
It's
You
women.
said that
Women,
said nobody's
I'm going
back.
back-
The black women. You did say that.
No, but I'm talking about what I said. It goes back to what Bette Miller said. Women
Right.
are the N word of the world. In her initial statement says women, not black, not white.
Right. I'm going on
Women.
your
But
yeah,
I'm
so
talking
I
about
think
as
it
far
does
as
not-
R. Kelly goes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's
Nobody
just what
protect
you-
our black girls.
Nobody protect.
No, I'm saying for R. Kelly, it was black girls, like what you just said. R. Kelly only went after black girls. So I was separating the two. R. Kelly, nobody protected these young black girls. And it's a thing in our black communities where we're more acceptable of people molesting our children. And I never understood that.
But see, that's
They keep family. I'm going to say this. They keep family secret.
Now, the reason why I say that, hold on, let me just say this, is because as a social worker in Chicago, I spent 6 years doing that. It didn't matter. My caseload was full of just children, period. So it doesn't matter if you're black or white or whatever. I mean, because people make jokes about the hillbillies and marrying their cousins and doing all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. Women, which I agree with you in your point, with your Bette Miller point, is that women have always been known as the weaker vessel, and so they've always been taken advantage of. And particularly, like you were saying about black women being even further taken advantage of. But the idea is that here are these young girls, period, in all those situations. Like we take all the rock stars, the Michael Jacksons, the R. Kellys, the Van Halens, anybody, any rock star, whatever, that's had these situations happen to them. And you look at these girls, like you said, their families first. Then once they get found out is when the families want to come out and want to sue, want to cut up, want to do all that kind of stuff.
They ain't accepting it.
Right.
They just don't want
Miss
people to
Sparkle
know.
was talking about her cousin.
She
Introduced her to she knew what R. Kelly was doing before she introduced her to her, because Aaliyah had already happened. So don't go there with that. And then the whole thing of he paid them and shut them up. So your child, who now has tried to commit suicide, have all these mental health problems, all this kind of stuff or whatever, all these different things that happen to them, that people know these in these communities. You start saying this and doing all this kind of stuff.
They know. Okay, we're on the same page, because what I'm saying is, in our black community, we tend to hold on to this negative, and I told her last night.
It's just a sweep it under the rug.
That's what I'm saying. When you hold that secret, no, but I'm saying for R. Kelly, I'm only talking about our black community. I don't want to jump into the white community, because I want to hold right here with R. Kelly in the black community and the program that happened last night. When we keep that secret, who do we protect when we keep that secret? We're protecting the molester. So when everybody around him is holding on to this secret, y'all all are protecting R. Kelly. Nobody's protecting these young girls.
The deal.
Let me finish.
I don't think they were trying to protect him.
No, but I'm saying they don't. I'm saying they
I don't think they were trying to protect him. It wasn't even about that. It was about their own personal gain.
You're not letting me finish what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they are protecting him. Not that they're trying to. When you don't expose the molester for who he is, you are protecting him, not knowing that you're protecting him. That's what you're doing.
But that wasn't
not necessarily protecting, they're enabling him.
But
maybe
enabling him does protect him, because how many more kids did he go on to molest?
No, I understand the point that you're making.
The point I'm making is when we're keeping these silent, and I watched the TLC special with the Duggars. And the main thing that happened was
go back to
the main thing I'm gonna stick with R. Kelly and black kids, but the main thing that I got away from that is, when we're silent, we are complacent. When we're silent, that means in our black communities, when we sweep things under the rug, we're allowing R. Kelly to thrive.
All right, so we're gonna end it right here, but to your point, and to a lot of points where I know growing up in Chicago, in some of those areas, I didn't grow up in the projects because my mom was able to pull us out of that situation, but a lot of our family members did, a lot of areas that were impoverished. And as soon as money gets thrown around and you have an opportunity to make it, this girl can sing or she can dance and we can make some money off of it. Oh, like you said, we can look over the fact that
disposable.
He's this,
disposable.
but you got to pull us
She's
up out of this. You gonna
object.
give me
She's
$300,000,
not even a human being.
$500,000, to hush me up over this. And yeah, she can just get over
now
that.
you can't give me nothing for my kids.
Hold on, but and then
I'm saying for me.
We go and we move out of this area and we do this, and she make a few records and do all this kind of stuff. And so I don't even think in one iota was it about protecting him as much as it was they were so focused on them trying to get up out of their poverty thing, thinking money was going to have the answer to everything, and that is the least thing that will solve any of your problems in any situation.
Yeah, you missed the point I was saying. I don't think they knew they was protecting him, but that's what they did.
No, it ain't even a point of knowing.
No, but I'm saying they did it unintentionally is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Unintentionally, you ended up protecting her molester. Unintentionally, because you went after money, you ended up allowing him to molest other girls. Unintentionally, you put a number on your child. I can't put a number on my child. You can't tell me, let me get
on your child wasn't unintentional.
No.
I agree with that.
No.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah. Now that you, I can't put a number on my child. You can't tell me, let me get your son booty for $5,000. No, you can't get my son booty.
Well, see, and their thing was this was after the fact, so it happened, and then I found out about it. I couldn't take that back.
You couldn't put a number on
I'm
it.
just saying I couldn't take it back.
Yeah, but you can't give me a number. Let me put my foot up your ass.
You know,
then we even.
No, not even that. Let your ass go to jail and let the same thing
That's
that you
what.
did
That's
to
the
my
point when I
kids
say put my foot
be
up my
done to
ass.
you.
I mean, for you, the
Yeah,
system.
no,
to
yeah, I would. Yeah,
and
that's
you know the other part of that, like when you look
Ain't
at that
enough
whole
money in the
scheme
world.
of things when it comes down to women and being taken advantage of, and and just like even he
Not
said, I don't know if
protecting
you
them.
remember the one part there, he was just like, to me,
I can
I was
mold them.
seeing things in my at
In my
8 or 9 years old
that woke up these
sexual
feelings.
things in me that I shouldn't even been thinking about or
Yeah, I
feeling
saw
about
that.
or whatever, that kind of thing, and he admitted that.
He did.
And
Girl,
at
I
that
gotta go.
moment, him getting some help.
I gotta go. Yeah.
So we just
On my way,
want
baby.
to okay, so that was her son clearly who needed to do something.
Clearly, I
And
said,
so-
baby.
I know, well, whatever you.
It was
Chris,
my
I gotta
son.
go. Okay, all right. So to wrap it up,
Yes.
they got another episode, a few episodes of R. Kelly. We'll take a look at it. But
Yeah.
from the outhouse to the
To the
penthouse,
house, and we sick of R. Kelly.
we're
Yeah.
out.
Two different point of views with the same name.
People stop. What they name is?
Keisha and Keisha. Keisha and Keisha. Oh, Keisha and Keisha.